Hello, everyone. Welcome to our channel. Our mission is to bring together parents, students, teachers, and community members in a collective effort to safeguard our schools and provide the best educational environment for our children. Recent news and social media are filled with discussions about the financial struggles hitting multiple Washington state school districts. Budget deficits have prompted discussions about the potential closure of schools as a cost-saving measure. In a recent video, we delved into the middle school consolidation study within the Bellevue School District, and the link can be found in the description below. A crucial question is, must we resort to closing schools to address financial issues? Certainly not, at least for Bellevue's neighboring school districts. Let's learn from our neighbors and avoid further school closures. This is our Bellevue School District right in the middle, surrounded by Seattle, Issaquah, North Shore, and Lake Washington. We share similar living and educational conditions, with Issaquah being particularly close. Our school funding and student enrollment have been pretty similar in recent years. The budget deficit isn't limited to Bellevue School District. It's a widespread challenge. Seattle faces a $104 million deficit, Lake Washington is grappling with $3 million, North Shore is dealing with $21.9 million, Bellevue has an $8.5 million gap, and Issaquah is contending with $7.4 million. As a percentage of total revenue, it varies from 0.5% to 10%. Among these 5 school districts, Bellevue isn't in the worst shape. We find ourselves right in the middle. While we're all grappling with the same financial challenges, not everyone is jumping on the school closure bandwagon. Seattle Public School said, no. Lake Washington School District said, no. North Shore School District said, no. Issaquah School District said, no. Now, what about Bellevue? So far, all we've heard is the middle school consolidation study. After the heart-wrenching closure of 2 elementary schools earlier this year, leaving the community in tears, Bellevue is now considering another closure, this time for a middle school. Unlike Bellevue, all the other districts have updated their enrollment projections based on the actual 2023 enrollment data. Seattle decided to take a year's pause and will revisit the forecasts next year with more data. Lake Washington and Issaquah made adjustments, anticipating a slight decline in enrollment. North Shore expects enrollment to remain flat next year. However, for Bellevue, the outlook is still concerning, with a substantial decline projected, a loss of 350 students annually for the next 5 years. What's the actual enrollment number for Bellevue in 2023? Well, there's a clear uptick from 2022 to 2023. Looks like after COVID, more students are returning to our public schools this year. Some might be wondering if Bellevue has less money for schools compared to other districts. Actually, it's less likely to believe, considering we have the highest living costs. Here's a comparison of funding per student for these 5 districts. Among them, BSD's funding per student is higher than the average, second only to Seattle. So, how did everyone else manage to save money? Many chose to cut down on their central administration budget. Interestingly, compared to Bellevue, their central administration costs aren't as high. As a percentage of total revenue, Bellevue is at 7.67%, while everyone else is below 6%. Let's learn from our neighbors. There's no need to close a school to save money. Let's adjust the enrollment forecast. Even with a conservative estimate that keeps enrollment flat, we can save $3.7 million in revenue. Similarly, let's trim the central administration expense. Even reducing it from 7.67% to 6%, which is still higher than others, we can save $6.4 million. The simple math is 3.7 plus 6.4 equals 10.1. That's more than our $8.5 million deficit. Problem solved. We recognize this is just one of several potential solutions. Once again, let's collaborate and discover a path that minimizes the impact on our children. We trust that, with the expertise within the Bellevue School District, we can navigate this challenge more effectively. For additional details on how each district plans to tackle their budget deficit, please refer to the end of this video. Feel free to pause and review each plan. Thanks for watching.